Hello, everyone, and welcome to Intelligent Logistics, a podcast from Position Imaging. I'm your host today, Tyler Kern. Today on the podcast, we have an exciting announcement as we are talking about the new Smart Package Room partner programs that Position Imaging has announced. And luckily, we have two guests on here today that's going to explain the ins and outs of this partnership program, who it benefits and why, and so much more. So joining me here today on the podcast is Jeff Hoch. He is the Chief Revenue Officer at ePropertyCare. Jeff, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Excellent. We are thrilled to have Jeff on with us here today. And we're also thrilled to be joined by Jackie Cournoyer. She is the Director of Dealer Relations at Position Imaging. Jackie, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tyler. Excited to talk about it.
Absolutely. I'm excited to dive into both of these things as well. But first, let's introduce each of you to the audience a little bit more. So Jeff, just give us an idea of what you do at ePropertyCare and what ePropertyCare does in the industry so people have a better idea of kind of where you're coming from today.
Super. So yes, I'm Jeff Hoch from ePropertyCare. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer. In my function, I'm responsible for outbound sales and marketing and also alliance partnerships. That's how we started working with Jackie. And we're a system integrator. So basically, we sell technology, smart building technology to be specific, to owners, operators, and developers of mainly multifamily real estate. We also get involved with single family and other asset classes. And we saw a great need in our portfolio to have a solution around package rooms and secure delivery. So that's how we started working with Position Imaging.
Excellent stuff. Jackie, tell us a little bit about your role at Position Imaging and interacting a little bit more with people like Jeff.
Yeah, happy to do it. So my background is in logistics and prop tech, and basically what I focus on is building vendor networks, establishing those relationships, managing them, building out processes for us to work on those partnerships. So I'm in charge of our entire vendor network and all of our partnerships, including Jeff. So whenever we find a company that is selling into the same space, they've got sort of a similar technology and they don't have something, that solves the problem that we're solving with package room solutions, we find a fit together. So basically trying to find ways that we can benefit each other.
Fantastic stuff. So Jackie, give us the nuts and bolts and maybe introduce us at a high level to the Smart Package Room partner programs that you've created at Position Imaging. Tell us a little bit more about why these programs were created and what they're intended to do.
So right now we've broken it up into two separate partnerships. Jeff and ePropertyCare are part of our referral program. Essentially, like he said, when he finds a client that he's selling into the same space, they might have a need for a smart package room that they don't have that solution for, then they'll bring it up with the client. And that's a great referral for us. And we also refer their suite of products as well, because we're in the same space and we don't have the solution that they have. We also have our reseller partnerships that are typical, the normal reseller partnership, where we're working with installers and dealers and different vendors that would purchase the hardware from us and sell out to their clients.
Excellent stuff. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit more about what this means for you at e-commerce or ePropertyCare. What does this program kind of mean for you guys, and how does this change how you interact with your clients and customers?
Sure. So kind of as Jackie had described, our suite of technology is building level and then unit level type of solution. So we get involved with things like building access control, door locks, thermostats, video cameras, solutions around water. And a lot of the projects that we're working on are large community sized developments. So as an example, in Texas, there's a lot of new construction. The project sizes are between 200 and 400 units. And, as we're providing our solution, we're asking them, what are you going to do about package delivery? And oftentimes there's a gap there. As Jackie described, it's not part of our solution suite. So there's a need to bring a partner for it. And, typically once we have engagement on our technology, when we're recommending a partner, they're highly receptive to that because they have an understanding that the partner is well vetted and is an excellent provider. I think for us also at ePropertyCare, there's a lot of players in the industry. We want to not only be aligned on the value of the technology, but we want to be aligned on the values and mission of our companies. I think from the top down, when we met with the senior team at Position Imaging, we felt that because our approach to the industry and how we want to service clients is mind aligned. We want to be like high value providers, and that's why we're seeing great opportunities to work together.
And Jackie, going off of what Jeff said, how do you work with people like ePropertyCare to make sure that this is a symbiotic relationship that works for both parties? Because you want this to be more than just a referral thing. You want it to be a relationship between both companies.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to make sure that both parties involved are getting the most out of this relationship. And part of us building and announcing these programs with partnerships, is that we're really open to working with our prospective partners and finding different ways we can work together, and finding different opportunities we can leverage with each other. So it's not a hard line. It's not a closed program. We're kind of focusing on what solutions we can provide, because we're both in tech, we're in startups. It's like a really fun, great, exciting environment where we can do a lot. There's a lot of opportunity that we can still go after. So it's great to have a partner like Jeff and ePropertyCare, where they're open to working on different projects together and finding out better ways for us to leverage each other.
And Jeff, I would imagine that given what you do, that it doesn't come lightly when you recommend someone else's technology or solution to a property, right? That you have to vet things and really have to find that, like you said, I think the like-minded type company that you really want to work with, because that's important to you and important to what you guys do as a business.
100%, Tyler. And I think it is. I think a lot of people look at technology, but real estate is a big time relationship business. We all love talking about tech, but you have to execute at a very high level. And the developers that we're getting engaged in, I mean, they're building projects that could be $20 to $100 million. So obviously the stakes are high for them. Anyone that we bring along has to be able to execute really well, and has to be comfortable being at the table with us. We all strive to have an excellent experience, but tech also has its challenges at times, and you have to really be able to stand behind the solution that you put into the field. So yeah, I think the technology has to be great by itself. The relationship has to be great also.
That's really well put. And so, Jackie, when you think about this program and everything that you hope it will accomplish, how do you believe that this will impact the future of Position Imaging and also prop tech in general?
Well, Position Imaging as a company, we're really focused on providing the best solution. And it's something that we're constantly working on. This week, right now, this morning, I was on site at one of our live installed properties, and I'm basically getting feedback from delivery drivers and from residents on how we can improve the system, and how we can help implement like a better solution. And really, what we're looking to get out of our partnerships is just expanding that solution, expanding the opportunity to sell that solution to more clients, and getting that solution out there, because we know we provide right now the best solution, the most technologically advanced package room solution on the market. And we just want to get more outreach. We want to, get out there to more of our clients.
Absolutely. Jeff, any follow-up to Jackie's comments? I think what she said really resonated and made a lot of sense given what we've talked about up to this point.
Yeah, just going off of what she said, bringing good partners to bear amplifies our reach. So if we have more to talk about, more areas to engage on, then presumably we should be able to play in more opportunities. At the end of the day, that's what we're all looking to do. We want to create exceptional experience for the buildings and do it in as many buildings as we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we start to wrap up our conversation today, I would love to give each of you the opportunity just to give us any final thoughts, touching on anything that we haven't talked about yet up to this point, or just summarizing things and giving our listeners something to walk away with here today. And so, Jackie, let's kick it over to you first, just to wrap up our conversation today, talking about this partnership program and what this means moving forward. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
So, I'm speaking with a bunch of prospective partners, and we just want to get the word out there. I'm really excited for us to introduce these programs and these partnerships because it brings about a lot of exciting opportunities for everyone involved. I mean, with Jeff already, we've worked on a few mutual projects, and again, he's already sent over a few referrals that our team is working on right now. And it's really exciting. So we kind of want to get people excited to potentially work with us.
Excellent stuff. And Jeff, any final thoughts? Well, what do you want listeners to walk away with from here today from our episode?
I think as a smart building technology firm, we have to look at the building holistically, and our ability to onboard valuable partners amplifies our value to the customers. We want to be a one-stop shop for them. So by having a robust ecosystem of partners, it makes us exceptionally valuable to them. And look, not every opportunity is going to be exactly selling everything. There's going to be places where Jackie may get business out of a customer and I might not. That's okay. But I think overall, even in the creation of value that way, the customer has a lot of respect for us. And I think that's, as we go into 22, this is really at the core of what we're looking for, to be really valuable to our clients and help them through kind of all different issues within their buildings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great stuff. Jeff Hoch and Jackie Cournoyer, thank you both so much for joining us here on the podcast today, sharing a little bit more insight into the new partner programs and what that means moving forward for both partners and for Position Imaging. It's been a pleasure having you both on the podcast today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much, Tyler.
Absolutely. And everyone, thank you for tuning into another episode of Intelligent Logistics, a podcast from Position Imaging. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of the show. We'll be back soon with more episodes discussing topics along these lines as well. So stay tuned for that. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But until then, for my guests today, Jeff and Jackie, I've been your host, Tyler Kern. Thanks for joining us.